we cannot thrive without a ready mindset.
What are some of the sectors in the society you feel like the youth are not getting involved in?
Politics. When you say entrepreneurship, or they just feel like it's for the big people. Yeah, like people who have already made it in life. I don't think so. I think entrepreneurship is you having a creative mindset and an innovative mind to start causing change in whatever field you can. Could be through speaking. Multitasking should be related. They should correlate, and it depends on your strength too. Don't confuse yourself thinking you can do everything. That's the mistake people think, because maybe you see another person doing this, you think you can do it, and it's a very big problem.
Youth are the leaders of tomorrow, but how active are the youth in tomorrow nation building? Today on the show, we are going to be talking about nation building and how youth can contribute positively to the nation building. And on the show today, we have Brittany Funky. She's a poet, a journalist, and a spoken word artist. Please make welcome.
Oh, I'm happy to be here, my wonderful audience. It's super amazing having me on set today, and I'm sure we're going to deliver a lot.
For sure. All right, to get the topic today, it's about nation building, and I want to find out from you, are youth really necessary for nation building?
Oh, very, very correct. They are very, very necessary for nation building. This is simply because we cannot deal without youth involvement in our society. They are very, very needed, and everything that is happening in today's world, we cannot exclude the youth because they are the vibrant population. Their strength is needed, their innovativeness, their creativity is needed in today's world. So they are very necessary in the community and in the society.
If you see they are very necessary, how ready can a youth be? What are some of the criteria, or what are some of the characteristics a youth should have if you want to push forward?
Like, the question already goes to the premium and the most important thing, which is the mindset. You know, we cannot thrive without a ready mindset. That's why before we get to our youths, we need to check or cross-check the mindset of readiness. How ready are they to start taking up space in their community? So what will qualify them to be necessary or needed in today's world is their mindset. The mindset qualifies them. And now, because why do I start with the mindset? Because that's where creativity starts from. That's where innovativeness starts from. If they are not innovative enough from their mind, they will not be innovative per work that's coming physical on the field, trying to bring up ideas, trying to start implementing them. So they need to start having ready mindsets, and those who are also tried in their society. You get to see some youths, they advocate for things. Some are trying to do some small businesses. Come to Boya, we see youths trying to do shawarma. They're trying to do things. They are contributing positively to the society, creating jobs for these people. Because by so doing, they encourage other people to also take up space and to start working in their society. So I think the mindset is power.
We just left, fortunate enough, we're fortunate to be in a show or on a presentation the other day that was talking about drugs. Youth and drugs, and we discovered that majority of our youths are getting much involved in drugs. Is that the mindset they need? Because it's funny. Okay, now that's just one of the things they do, which is cramper with the youths. I hope you guys all know that's some of the things they do that is common with the youths. I don't want to mention some of them. They call it 419. It's online fraud. Yes. We have about 90% of youths are involved in online fraud. So now, is this the mindset we need?
No, definitely not. We don't need the mindset that is already corrupt. We need minds that are still refreshed, that are still fresh enough to bring up ideas, to bring up things that we can do as people, as youths per se, to cause change and to also impact lives and transform situations in our community. Why do I say so? Because we cannot focus on the negative. We only can focus on the positive of the youth, the positivity, that side of them that's energetic, that's innovative, that's creative. So how can a negative mindset contribute positively to this world?
But I feel like that's what's dominating, because everybody is getting into it. Drugs, fraud, and you name it. That's what is dominating.
Of course.
And now it is getting more than a pandemic. It's something we cannot explain on this table, but that's not the reason why we're here. I want to ask again, what are some of the sectors in the society you feel like the youth are not getting involved in?
Politics. You know, politics is a game that if most of us can pound on, we're going to cause a lot of change. But we scare away from politics because, you know,
Mrs. and no one go please.
especially in our contextual society, when we get into, we cannot even afford to penetrate that sector because we are scared of losing our voices. What do I mean by voices? Our lives. Because significantly, if you lose your voice, if you lost your life, imagine you trying to give a say, trying to get involved in a field that does not allow you to flourish. And I think in other societies or communities and countries, when youth start going towards the political side, change is it's going to be eminent. It's something that is going to come into life. But then we scare away from politics. Even me, I scare away from politics. I would love to be involved in politics.
I'm not different.
But I scare away from politics. Another field which people really scare away from, especially youths, it's the entrepreneurship world. I don't know whether they think it's just for people who have big names and big. They're scaring away from it. When you say entrepreneurship, or they just feel like it's for the big people. Yeah, like people who have already made it in life. I don't think so. I think entrepreneurship is you having a creative mindset and an innovative mind to start causing change in whatever field you can. It could be through speaking. It could be through whatever gift, potential, talent you have.
You're a public speaker. You've hosted so many events as a master of ceremony. And as a youth, how has that impacted your life positively?
It has impacted my life a lot. Excuse me, simply because being a speaker, it's not just something that I will just tell myself that, oh, Brittany, you just have to be speaking. It is related to my purpose. So me understanding that my purpose is linked to speaking, it gives me fulfillment. That's the first thing that it does to me. It gives me fulfillment, and by so doing, I'm able to bring up solutions to some certain problems. So as a speaker, if I'm being called to talk about, for instance, what we're doing here, I'm trying to bring in solutions to some problems that our societies are striving with, and it's going to cause massive change. So it's giving me fulfillment, it's making me satisfied, it's also bringing food to the table. Because now I'm monetizing it. It's a commercialized skill. It's a commercialized potential that I've refined. I'm not just dealing per talent. It has gone to the business side. So it gives me money, puts food on the table.
Is multitasking as a youth really necessary? Does it help the youth? Like, because you go now, some people want to do everything. You see one guy. They are masters of, they are, how do they call it? Jack of all trades, masters of none. So they are having, somebody is a journalist, is a poet, is an artist, is an actor, then you are good at none.
Yeah.
Does that really help the youth?
Well, what I would say is it falls under proactivity too. And how are these things related? How do they correlate? I'm a speaker, I'm a public speaker, I'm an MC, I'm a poet. I deal with communication. Anything communication, they are so related that it does not strain me. Because one can go with the other. Another can go with this. So I think the part of multitasking should be related. They should correlate. And it depends on your strength too. Don't confuse yourself thinking you can do everything. That's the mistake people think. Because maybe you see another person doing this, you think you can do it. And it's a very big problem. Because when you think because somebody is doing something, you can't do it, it's a mistake, it's an error, because you can falter. You fail brutally because you don't understand yourself. Now, I can say, I'm finishing this program, I'm going for the next. Why? Because I have already, myself, it's already built, it's in me. And there is something that I have understood. There is a part of self-awareness that I know I can handle this. If you cannot handle it, why should you even venture into many things? Stay on one and be better and best in it. I focus on speaking more. You know, I'm doing many things, but speaking is my major. If you want to talk about speaking, call Brittany. If you want to talk about copywriting, I do sometimes content writing. I write content for people, but speaking is my major. So even if you are multitasking, there should be a major one that you are focusing on, because you cannot be a master or a jack of all trades and master of none. So focus on one.
Okay, what are the personal habits that you've developed that have helped you thrive in your field?
Okay, there is a daily routine. I always encourage people to have a daily routine. In everything you want to do, there should be a daily routine that is related to that thing that you are doing. Number one is daily routine, and I try to get a mentor in that field or sector which I flourish in. Daily routine, it could be waking up in the morning. I know every single day I should read or listen to something about speaking. That's going to help me to boost my speaking. I should look at the way people do it, the strategies, the tips, the tricks. I must learn something, and I've also programmed myself that as a routine, I must read a book about public speaking. If I don't read, not like a book in a day, let's say I might read 2 pages, I must read at least 6 pages a day that has to do with my field. Another thing is getting a mentor, somebody I can call and ask, can you please direct me on this? Please, I don't know this, I don't know this. So I have coaches and mentors. I have a mentor and I have coaches. These are different people. Coaches on my different fields. I have a coach in my public speaking. I have a mentor for my vision and purpose. I have a spiritual authority. They are not the same. So I make sure that these people have a role to play in my different tenets, my different giftings that God has given me. There are different people coaching me through. I don't have one person that is going to just do everything for me. So as a daily routine, I have things set that I must do. I have mentors, I have coaches. I also attend trainings. I pay for trainings, I pay for programs. I don't withhold my money. I spend a lot.
On yourself?
Yes, on myself. Personal development, I don't let it slip off my finger. Any opportunity I hear, I get to know about, I pay for it. And now I have a certificate as a certified coach and trainer. That was 56,000 I paid for it. And it was really difficult for me to raise that money to get that professional certificate. And I think it was worth it because it adds to me. And it also boosts my pays. When people want to pay me now, they look at my CV. They're like, oh wow, she has this, she has that. And that's a really big step to my career.
You mentioned something of having a mentor. Most guys or most youth out there don't really know how to locate their mentor. How did you know that this person was right for you as your mentor?
Yeah, I remember the day we were at my Miano Foundation, we were talking about your friend boy said something about looking for a role model. Somebody you look up, somebody who is above you, maybe in what you do, somebody that inspires you in your field. Because if you want to locate a mentor, start by admiring somebody. If the person is not close, look around, do your research. You must do your research because you cannot sit in your home and think that you just magically, somebody will just want to come here and like, I want to mentor you. No, they are not, they don't exist like that. Unless you yourself, you do your research, you try to go online because there must be somebody who inspires you. I have people like that. I write them, say, please, can you train me on this? Ma, please, can you do this? I get to some that please coach me. And they're also paid mentors. There are people you pay them to mentor you. Like they take out their time, they dedicate their time to see that you change. They see that you advance. They see that you are evolving. Meanwhile, if you're just begging somebody to mentor you, you have to research. You need to check, who is this person who inspires me? How can I reach out to them? Make your way to them. Sometimes it's through a text. If they're accessible, meet them. Talk to them. I need you to do this and this and that. So you must research about your mentor. To look for a role model, somebody that inspires you.
Wow. We've learned a lot, at least for the half time. Now we are going on a break. We'll be right back. Performing live, a poet, spoken word artist, Kiba Kane, doing for us his poem, Youth Quake. Let's welcome him.
I'll be performing on Youth Quake. It goes like this. Like a sudden shake, I saw a sudden change. Young lads and lasses boasting high without high classes. The girls and their shortcomings, I meant their short skirts exposing their thighs and chest. Indeed, it's all succulent, but a bruise to the eyes of modesty and human morality. Well, let's talk about the guys who think in order to feel high like the most high, you must smoke weed. So if you enter street rats, let's say you be John Cena. And yet when I ask, you say it's peer pressure, yet you've kept it being a daily pleasure. Don't be so quick, though you want to be kings and queens. Allah's dear youth, just like the sun revolves round the earth, let's evolve from juvenile delinquency to something more of eloquence and competency, because youth quake should mean a good change. Thank you.
Welcome back on the show, guys. Before the break, we were talking about nation building and how youth can contribute positively to nation building. And we still have our guest on the show, Brittany. I want to find out, how should youth carry themselves, or what attitudes should youth have in nation building when it concerns nation building? How should they portray themselves to the world and to the globe at large?
Well, let me come from this angle of how should we portray Cameroon or our country through our arts, through our crafts, our gifts, talents, and potentials in what we're doing. So I think in everything we're doing, we are already a representation of our country. We're already a representation of where we come from. So by doing what you are doing, you are indirectly showcasing your country. That's why you should be doing something positive. So how can we do it? We can do it through our gifts. We can do it through our talents. We can do it through our arts, our skills, right? So anything that we do that's solving a problem, we are representing our country. I don't know if our audience have something to say, Beza. Maybe you can also.
I want to also find out. Anybody have something to say?
I think us selling our nation to the world, we could do it in many aspects. And of course, we are the ones, there is no nation, actually. We are the nation, every person in that nation. So how do we sell our nation? We could sell our nation with our talents, just like she said. Yeah, for example, most perhaps Cameroon musicians sell themselves. I watch music, how they go on stage with the flag, stuff like that. It says a lot. Yeah, other people, perhaps poets, for example, I know of Pen Boy. Pen Boy is always carrying this African nature on his body whenever he goes on stage. Yeah, and so that's one very prominent way to sell the nation. Yeah, you could equally write something about the nation, like one of my poems I wrote about the whole nation. Yeah, so perhaps just someone could see that and know and perhaps understand that this person comes from this country or this stuff. So these are just some of the few ways I know you can sell your nation.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. You've heard any other person? Yes, I think we have somebody in the audience.
All right. Earlier during the show, you mentioned something, one very pertinent topic about youth getting involved in politics. Generally, when you discuss with youth and you tell them to get involved in things that have to do with the nation, probably say the nation, carry the nation's flag, most people think that it's a political term. But if you go online, for example, and probably do a research on what Cameroon is known for, or what Africa generally is known for, you might see a lot of negative things. And these are things which are narrated by people, either through jokes, simple Facebook posts and captions and stuff. That's them selling their country unknowingly. We've seen pictures circulating online of probably terrible roads leading to Bamenda. We've seen a lot of pictures like that, thousands of them online. But no one ever posts a picture of a road linking probably Douala to Kribi. It's really beautiful. So you see that's already how some people say their stories negatively. So as a youth, even if you're not an entrepreneur, you're not an artist, you're just probably a normal social media user, you could sell your story, your country positively. Probably just what things or what stories do you tell, what captions do you write about your own country. So it could be as simple. It's as simple as that. So selling your country is not necessarily carrying probably your country flags every time, or probably hailing I'm a Cameroonian, or painting your body, or probably speaking a dialect too perfectly. But it starts with little things like, what do you say on a regular? What things do you say about your country? So yeah, for me that's how.
Thank you very much. Any other contribution? All right, I think we still have another contribution.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. If I must participate in this topic, I believe this topic is very interesting and pertinent in related to the aspect of filmmaking. I'm, I'm a filmmaker. I'm a director of photography. Once you do movies that portray your culture, that portray the beauty of your people, of your persons, they have an impact in the world at large. I can see when they talk of movies in Africa, the Nigerians are basically known for that. Why? Because they have sold their culture, they have sold their tradition, they have sold their personalities through their movies. So as Cameroonians, I believe that this is another aspect. This is sector where our nation can really be sold out and the beauty of our nation can be shown to the world. I think that's a way I can contribute to nation building by portraying and showing the culture of Cameroon to the world.
Another beautiful response there. Thank you very much for your contributions. Back to you, Brittany. What is the way forward for Cameroon youth?
I think our youth should start taking up space. That is very important because most of our youths, they shy away. They think it's a supreme being that's going to come and cause change. We are the change we want to see. You know, our political system, our leaders have failed us. The future depends on us, so we have to start working in that light to change things, to transform things, and to also make an advancement of our countries because we have what it takes. The truth is we have what it takes. They are graduates. Even if you have not graduated, there are so many skillful Cameroonians. They are good artists, musicians. I've seen a lot of people with talents. They are all bag of talents. So we have to start taking up space as youths. Let's not wait for a supreme being to come and change things. It's only us. It depends on us. Anything we don't like, we should start looking at ourselves. Michael Jackson says he's standing in the mirror and he looks at the person in the mirror and says he has to make a change. Who is that person in the mirror? It's the reflection of yourself. You know, anytime you go to the mirror, there is this person you see. And that's how you should picture the change you want to see in your nation, in your community. You must not go and stand on a stage because most people think they need to hold a mic before they cause changes. It's so tragic because that mindset is a bad mindset. You can start by just doing barbing, doing anything that you start doing that gives a solution to a problem, that helps to solve a problem. You are actually causing change. It must not be you standing on a stage. You must not be holding a mic. You must not be having a headset. You must not be on any platform. Your platform starts from where you are. And that's something that I think everybody needs to understand. Your platform starts from where you are. What you start doing now, in your room, it could be with just your smartphone. Maybe you're just writing a script and just recording yourself, posting online. It's a representation of you and your country per se. So I think we should start being the change we want to see as youths in Cameroon. That's the way forward for me.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's show. For me personally, I feel like youth can do more. The atmosphere is not conducive. Yes, true, we have political leaders who don't look out for us. We have systems that don't match up with what we want, but we can always bend it out. It is our turn to make it right. Our elders today, the people who lead us today, they had their own time to make it right. This is what they gave us. So it's our turn to make it right. So I implore all the youths out there, please go out there and make a positive change.